Hey, thank you. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. It is the StewKast. Thank you for joining. I am Lou Marconi at L Marconi251 on Instagram, at L Marconi 1973 on Twitter X. So let me just explain something to you right now. Corey Castle's being detained. He will come soon. He did text me. He will be there. So I'm going to let him know that I'm starting the show now. And we're going to talk a little pro wrestling, give a little preview on some things to come. And I'm going to give you an idea what I think is going to happen with Roman Reigns and with Roman Reigns and with Cody Rhodes. I have an idea and a philosophy of what might be happening in that, but we can go from there. Just waiting for Corey Castle to join, and let me just go ahead and text him real quick. Just text him saying I'm on live now, so see what he says. But anyway, appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for joining. It is the StewKast on the Combat Zone Network, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Again, I am Lou Marconi, and we're here to talk pro wrestling. But before we get started, I'm going to talk about one other thing. Hemisphere Coffee Roasters is the sponsor of the show. Check it out on the details of the show, and you can go ahead and click on the link and order some good coffee at Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Speaking of which, I do have to pause for a break from a word from our sponsors. I'll do it now. All right, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Okay, let's get into this whole thing with SmackDown and what I saw happening, because they did the cage match and now they're doing the angle with Roman Reigns, and with Roman Reigns being on with Roman Reigns signing that contract, and it looks like he's going to be in the tag match. I got a theory what I think is going to happen, where I think it's going to lead up to Cody and Roman fighting each other again. That's just me. That's just what I think. As far as I'm concerned, we could speculate all we want. Thought it was also interesting watching Monday Night Raw. Obviously Dominic Mysterio did lose to Damian Priest, but they kept the feud going because they pretty much everybody jumped in and beat the living hell out of Priest and Rhea Ripley, which kept the heat going, which is a good idea to do. Anything else that kind of stood out to me with Raw and SmackDown, because the Bad Blood's coming up in a couple weeks. They're obviously leading up to that, and we're gonna get a chance to see more building up, which is the CM Punk Hell in the Cell with Drew McIntyre. That that was an interesting promo, and what I mean by that was it was pretty much wishing death, talking about life and death, and really getting very dramatic and dark in that promo. So I'm watching this going, ooh, nasty. So kind of don't know if he crossed the line, but he definitely approached it with doing that. Um, anything anybody wants to talk about, feel free to comment, feel free to share, like, comment, share. Combat Zone Network. This is Lou Marconi here with the StewKast, waiting for my partner Corey Castle to come on and to see what he has to say. Let him give his thoughts on it. But we're going to be doing a review coming soon, and I'm actually going to go ahead and pull this up on the IMDb. Netflix is going to be releasing a documentary on, let me do this. Let me just pull this up, called Mr. McMahon. Yeah, Mr. McMahon's going to be a Netflix documentary, and it is going to premiere in a week, which will be September 25th. So what I'm going to try like hell to do is watch it before we do the next week's show. And I'd like to do that. What I think is, and I can tell you, there's a lot of controversy that comes with Vince, especially recently. I've worked for him. I wrestled for him, and I had opportunities to be on television and be there with him. He might have spoke one sentence to me when I worked there, because I mostly dealt with the road agents when I was there. Um, Honestly, with Vince, he, he's a businessman. he cared about making money. And if you made him money, he loved you. If you didn't make him money, he didn't care. That's really what it was. So that's probably what you're going to see out of this. And they're going to talk about a lot in his life and his career. And I think they're even going to talk more about how wrestlers have been dying as well. I've seen that with the trailer and everything else. So Vince, he was a character in himself. And I wonder if they're going to talk about his family with his father and his grandfather being wrestling promoters as well. So he grew up in the business and he understood it. Um, Switching gears a little bit back to the Raw, Braun Breaker and Uso. I'm looking forward to that. I like how they're building up towards that Intercontinental title match. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm also, looking forward to seeing the Gunther and Sami Zayn rematch. Looks like from I want to say it was WrestleMania, but it's hard to say there. But Gunther, it looks like they're doing something with Gunther and Sami Zayn, which is interesting as well. Like I said, if you watch WWE versus AEW, you can see a major difference in the two. And one of the major differences is that they can make things mean something. It's like there's a psychology to it. There's rhyme, there's reason to things, and that's how it works. So just keep it in mind that whenever you see anything like that, you can. Still waiting on Corey. He said he should be here soon. I'm going to text him right now. I'm going to go ahead and send that to him. So go ahead, feel free to comment with any questions you might have. It looks like I don't have anything at this time. And we're wait for Corey to come on. But actually, just to kind of keep in mind now, too, when it comes to versus AEW versus WWE, he just said he's coming. So let me just get him on here. I said I'm on the air. So I just texted him saying I'm on the air. Hopefully I could just keep the show moving. All right. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. Guess who's here? My man, my partner, Corey. Hey, I can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted. Did I mute you?
No, it was me. I muted me.
You muted you. Okay. Basically, let me just I was giving people. I talked a little bit about next week is the 25th is the Mr. McMahon doc. I'm going to try to watch it before 12:30 next Wednesday on the 25th.
Right.
So I don't know if you could try to do the same thing. I'm not sure how long it is, but I'd like to talk about that next week. Seeing plus we could sprinkle in some Raw and SmackDown talk too. AEW is just I don't even watch them anymore.
Right, really exactly. It's too tough. But, it's like a really like watching. It's like watching 9/11 footage. Like you, it's hard to sit there and continue to consume it. Like, you've seen the same thing over and over and over. Like it wears on you, and it's a little embarrassing too. Like, it's a little bit like it's almost like I'd rather watch Rosie O'Donnell versus Donald Trump on Monday Night Raw than watch most of the matches. I'm a huge as a talent, as a wrestling talent. I'm a huge fan of give me a singles match. If you put me in a match that has 25 people in it, it feels like a waste to me. And it seems like they throw every talent in every match. There's always got to be overabundance of talent that they're throwing in every match. And I can't take that. I can't stand that. Like, I'm embarrassed and mad for the talents who have to share their time with 100 other people.
Yeah, we got some comments here. Oh, there you go. Wrestle Talk. That's you.
Yeah.
Here we are. Wrestle Talk. Yeah, here we go. Thank you. Yeah, and the thing I was talking a little bit about, I think they're going to do something with Sami Zayn and Gunther. That's what they're leading towards. I think they're leading towards obviously the Braun Breaker Uso.
Jay Uso.
Uso's going to, yeah, Jey Uso's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to that. And it looks like in CM Punk's just pretty much talking about death, which which is
That was bizarre going.
that was bizarre. I was just kind of like, yeah, I was talking about that how it was pretty dark. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, go ahead, boss.
he was definitely talking about he was putting it in a very dark way too. He was like it was very like, oh, it's gonna be my last breath. I'm prepared to draw my last breath. He was like acting like it's a kamikaze match. Like he's expecting to not be able to walk afterwards or not be able to even breathe afterwards.
Yeah, hey, is he going to blow up that bad? I mean, jeez, I have no idea. Interestingly enough, I did talk about
My cereal.
the.
Continue.
Oh, great, great, great! You're alive and you're eating cereal. You must be hungry. So what's happening now was the Dominic Mysterio putting over Damian Priest, which soon as the match was over, they like jumped. They just jumped Damian Priest. Rhea Ripley gets taken down too. So they're keeping the heat going with the feud, which made sense to do that.
Um, the backstage the backstage segment with Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor was kind of cool. When
Yeah.
he was like, I was the one whispering in Dom's ear, like, go for her. He was like, that was I mean, I could see them doing more with that.
Mm. Oh, when is the Saturday night's main event supposed to? When are they supposed to do that on Netflix?
I don't know, but is it supposed to be Jesse Ventura that's coming back for that?
That's what it said. That would be
Yes.
cool. That would be cool.
Mhm.
Yes. I would love I just I do because back in the day it was McMahon and Jesse doing the
Do you
commentary.
think do you think Jesse's gonna campaign again to unionize the business for the boys?
Yeah. Did you ever see that story with Hogan? Like Hogan actually talked about it. He goes, "Of course I did. I stooged him out."
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He said I wanted to keep my money and I wanted to keep my spot.
Right.
So he politicked. He'll admit it. Which
Mm-hmm.
if you were in Hogan's position, you do the same damn thing. Everybody out
Yeah.
there that wants.
How could you predict what you would do when that opportunity and that like those options present themselves to you? Like, how would you predict? You have no way to even like imagine how you would relate to someone who is that much of a phenomenon.
Mm, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's uh let's let's take a look at this because I wonder if anything like that's going to come up in that documentary with Vince.
I mean, the amount of favoritism that Vince McMahon showed his like favorite guys is definitely going to be exposed for sure. I
Yeah,
I think it has to be, but
yeah.
like the whole I don't know if they'll do it with like the whole click thing, like because Shawn Michaels is still working for the company and still like in a position of power in the company. But like I wasn't around during the click days in the locker room in WWF. But
Hmm.
from your perspective, what what needle moving did the click's involvement have in the zeitgeist of that
I
time?
I really wasn't that much involved because I just kind of showed up and did my job when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll tell you the truth. The thing that surprised me the most when I got there was how quiet it was in that locker room when I first started going there. Very few people talked. They joked. They just you were like afraid to fart, You're
Mhm.
just like, it's like Jesus. It's just like everybody was like quiet and they're afraid to start anything because they didn't want to catch any heat and lose their job.
Right.
It was just like wow. And I that's the thing that I noticed. I don't know how much the click had to do with that,
Mhm.
but you know, I don't know. I don't know. I would uh, I I honestly didn't really get too involved with them, even though Mick, when I because I was closest to Mick Foley when I was there,
Mhm.
and he really handled he knew how to navigate locker room politics very well. He was able to do that. Um, so, but otherwise, not really too much of a difference. I mean, because I was an enhancement guy. I was a job guy, but even though I was there regularly, I never really got involved in the production and the meetings. I just showed up. They told me what to do, and I did it.
The like the the kind of like I don't want to say culture, but that word fits it the best. Like it's the whole idea. Like I remember when when I did extra work, which I'm not going to say I ever like did a whole lot of work for WWE, but in 2009. So I don't know how long ago that was now.
That was
17
15
years,
years. 15.
15 years. Yeah. Uh, so uh, people were like, watch everything you do. Don't be on your phone too much. Don't sit at catering too much. You're going to be watched the entire time. Like so, like you were saying, everyone was just afraid to catch heat for anything. And I
Yeah,
I did,
yeah.
and I remember just kind of like shutting up and not saying much to anybody the whole time. Nobody at any point like sat down and like got to know me or like really there wasn't really too much the people who took the time to like actually talk to me and like wanted to know things about me were like Kane and Mike Rotunda and like Big
Hmm.
Show. Like
Okay.
just very few people took the time to like sit down and have a conversation and want to like talk to me about life. Um,
Hmm.
but um, like I said, I remember hearing like you're going to be watched at every moment. You're going to be watched at every moment. Watch everything you do. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I'm hearing all this advice from people who aren't signed and who aren't. There's just other people who did extra work before. You know what I mean? Like they're not. It's like the sources that are telling me to watch myself
Hmm.
are are not. Um,
How?
sorry, God.
No, 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 no. How accurate? How
It
accurate
was
would you?
it was weird. The thing is, I think I've told this story to you before. I might have said it on our other podcast, but like I I remember this other guy who did extra work with me. There was a guy who did like a trucker gimmick, and his name was Tukey Tucker. And he was on the card the night before with me, right? And uh, I came into the next building and he was there again, and I like went up and I automatically shook his hand and said, "What's up?" And he was talking to Tyler Rex.
Okay.
Ty, Tyler Rex was like an enhancement job guy that like worked full time at the company at that point. He had like dreadlocks. He was like in really good shape. Do you remember this guy?
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
He recently came. He recently had is a trans woman now, like, and came out and maybe is working again
As a trans woman.
as a female wrestler. Yeah.
Okay.
So this person, um, I said hi. I said hi to him, and I said hi to Tukey, and then I walked away. And I was Like I was like maybe 20 feet away, and this person, Tyler Rex or Tyson Rex, I don't even remember what their name was,
Mm-hmm.
looks at me and goes, "Hey, don't quit your day job."
What
And
the
I
hell
was
does
like,
that mean?
I was looking around. There was nobody else around. He must have been talking to me. And I remember thinking at that moment, everyone told me that everyone was going to be watching me at all time. Like the whole time, they said, at any given moment, you're going to have a microscope on you. So watch what you do. And I'm like, and this guy, this guy said that to me, an enhancement talent, and like, or I'm here as a talent, as an extra talent, as just a sort of like a hand if they need me. And this guy's saying this to me, and he's not getting any heat. Like, did anybody else see what just happened, or are the three of us the only ones who are experiencing this right now? Uh, and like the all the times I did extra work with WWE, the only person who was ever a, a jerk to me or was mean to me was that Tyson Rex, whatever his name was, who's now a trans chick, Abby something. And I remember when they came out and were like, well, I was this and now I'm this. And I remember being like, whatever gender you are, if you're a jerk, you're a jerk. Like,
Yeah, I'm just kind of like lost in this story a little bit. I'm going, huh? So you're being told not to do this, this, and this, and somebody does that to you.
right.
In other
Like,
words,
maybe that was a test. Maybe I should have been like, I've been in this business longer than you, sir. I've been doing this longer than you. I'm probably better than you in the ring, but sure, you go ahead and tell me to not quit my day job because I'm not a 35-year-old with dreadlocks.
jeez, wow, that really must have stung you like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was confusing. It was a weird. I just didn't know what to do, and I, I'm still confused about it and why it happened and if it even happened. If he was talking to me, I don't even know if he was. I just think he was. So maybe that person's not a jerk. Maybe they're not a jerk to me. Maybe they were talking to somebody who that was an inside joke they had. Like, so like me blowing it up and making it a big thing in my head, maybe it's just in my head. Maybe it's something he was having a side conversation as a part of an inside joke with another person who wasn't me. Didn't confirm that he was talking to me. I didn't go, well, you're talking to me?
You
And
turn into Robert. You turn into Robert De Niro on him. Are you talking to me?
there's only three people here. Are you talking to me?
You talking to me?
Right. Right. So
Oh, good
I
Lord.
could be blowing something up, just like what's the broken telephone sort of game, telewrestler kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I would have, I don't, the closest thing I said, I told the Mark Henry story. That was a long time ago, but that was like, God, that was 28 years ago when that happened, when he threw his shoulder into me when I was looking on the board and I turned around and looked at him and told him to fuck off. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah. And he just kind of looked at me. I said, yeah, take another step. I know how to wrestle and you don't. That's kind of what I said to him. And it ended at that point. I didn't catch any heat for it. I just stood up for myself, and I didn't care if I caught heat. I was like, oh, I'm not going to take that shit from anybody. And I think it kind of got me a little bit of respect. So, but anyway, let me see where we at here. Anywho, we're getting at the 25-minute mark, so we're about ready to wrap this up and take it home. I already talked about the sponsor, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Check it out. It's in the details of the show, and it's in the link of the show. Thank you for joining us. I am Lou Marconi at Marconi251, and the late arriving Corey Castle. He's here.
Do we need to take a momentary break for
I already did it.
sponsors?
I already did it in the beginning. I did that in the beginning. We went live. So guys, hey, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. Next week, if you want to make that effort, man, you want to do that. You want to get that early review of Mr.
Yeah,
McMahon.
I'm gonna try to watch it the moment it comes out.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out the 25th, which I'm guessing that morning it should be available, and we come on at 12:30. So that's our goal. We're going to talk about the McMahon thing. At the same time, we'll put in our 2 cents on Raw and SmackDown. So next week, talk about the Mr. McMahon doc, and we'll go from there. People, thank you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for everything. We appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. Always remember, we're here for you. I appreciate it. All right, you guys have a great day.